Welcome back to English Makeasy by Dipak. Today we are going to discuss question answer of lesson Indigo. আশা কৰো সকলো ভালে কুশলে আছে। আজি আমি উচ্চতৰ মাধ্যমিক দ্বিতীয় বৰ্ষৰ ইংৰাজী বিষয়ৰ Indigo নামৰ পাঠটিৰ question answers খিনি আলোচনা কৰিম। এই question answers খিনি থাকিব 2012 চনৰ পৰা 2020 চনলৈকে ইতিমধ্যে যিমান প্ৰশ্ন পৰীক্ষাত আহিছিল এই গোটেইবিলাক প্ৰশ্ন উত্তৰ আজিৰ ভিডিওটো থাকিব। গতিকে বলচোন আমি পুনঃ ভিডিওটো আৰম্ভ কৰো। Short question, one mark question বিলাক প্ৰথমে আমি আলোচনা কৰিলো। Number 1, why was Gandhi visiting Lucknow in 1916? 2020 and 2013 of the question twice. Gandhi was visiting Lucknow in December 1916 to attend the annual convention of Indian National Congress. Where did Gandhi stay in Muzaffarpur? Gandhi stayed at the home of Professor Malkani for 2 days in Muzaffarpur. Which country has developed synthetic indigo? Germany developed synthetic indigo. Where is Champaran situated? Champaran is situated in Bihar in the foothills of Himalayas near Nepal. Whom did Gandhi and Shukla propose to meet at Patna? Gandhi and Shukla proposed to meet Rajendra Prasad at Patna. Who was Rajkumar Shukla? Rajkumar Shukla was a poor sharecropper from Champaran of Bihar. He was illiterate but resolute. What was Gandhi's politics intertwined with? Gandhi's politics was intertwined with the practical day-to-day problems of people. Who is Sir Edward Gate? Sir Edward Gate is the Lieutenant Governor of Bihar and Orissa province in the Bengal Presidency of then India. What did Shukla want Gandhi to do? Shukla wanted Gandhi to come to Champaran district of Bihar. 2-mark question having 30-40 words. 2-marker karone 30-40 টা মান শব্দৰ ভিতৰত প্ৰশ্ন উত্তৰখিনি লিখিব লাগে। তাৰ number 1, why was Professor Malkani's action of offering shelter to Gandhi extraordinary? Professor Malkani was a government employee. On the other hand, Gandhi came to Muzaffarpur to fight for the peasant against government. A government employee giving shelter to a man who fights against government was not considered normal in those days, so it was of course extraordinary. How was the solution to the problem of indigo sharecropper of Champaran found? The sharecroppers in the leadership of Gandhi fought a long battle against the existing sharecropping system, rather injustice to them, and finally sought out a solution too. Gandhi demanded 50% repayment of which had been illegally and deceitfully extorted. Finally, it was settled at 25% refund. Why did Gandhi choose to go to Muzaffarpur first before going to Champaran? Gandhi chose to go to Muzaffarpur first before going to Champaran in order to collect more complete information about the real condition of the peasant than Rajkumar Shukla could provide him. What was the incident that prompted Gandhi to raise his voice of protest against the British? The Champaran episode was the incident that prompted Gandhi to raise his voice of protest against the British. The public support that Gandhi witnessed in Champaran made him more resolute and more courageous to raise voice against the white rule. Why was the Champaran episode so significant in Gandhi's life? Or why do you think Gandhi considered the Champaran episode to be a turning point in his life? Champaran incident is the first civil disobedience in India that had triumphed. This successful experience made Gandhi realize that civil disobedience can go a long way in freedom struggle. So he considered the Champaran episode to be a turning point in his life. Thus the episode is very significant in Gandhi's life. এবাৰ আমি long question having 5 mark আলোচনা কৰিম। The Battle of Champaran is won, exclaimed Gandhi. Explain the context in which this was said. In course of fighting for the sharecroppers, Gandhi disobeyed official notice to quit Champaran. Rather, he proceeded to Motihari. Therefore, he was summoned to appear in the court the next day. Several prominent lawyers like Rajendra Prasad, Kishore Babu, Maulana Masarul Haq conferred with Gandhi. Gandhi asked what would they do if he was sentenced to prison. First they expressed doubt, but then they consulted among themselves and discussed the fact that if an outsider was ready to go to jail for the peasant, why would they not be ready to support him? Finally, they determined themselves and declared that if Gandhi was sentenced to jail, they would follow Gandhi to jail. Knowing their determination, Gandhi exclaimed, "The battle of Champaran is won." Last question. Describe the exploitation of the Indigo sharecroppers by the English landlords. Did Gandhi help them to get an honorable settlement? The Indigo sharecroppers were thoroughly exploited by the British landlords. They compelled the Indian sharecroppers to grow indigo, the cheap commercial crop, in 15% of their land. The Indian tenants had to surrender the whole indigo crop to the landlords as rent. This extortion system was under a long-term contract between the landlords and the sharecroppers. Gandhi helped the sharecroppers a lot to get an honorable settlement. After the civil disobedience and many other incidents by Gandhi and the peasants, the landlords were bound to agree to refund 25% of the extorted money. Thus Gandhi helped them to get the settlement.